Hi, I'm QRG, or Mary.
And I'm RNA, or Audrey, and this is the QRG and RNA Q&A podcast, where we answer questions and we show off some of our work and go talk about adventures and all different kinds of things. Yarn things
to talk about.
Mostly yarn stuff.
Mostly yarn, yes. So on that note, first we wanted to say that we both are in support of Ravelry and their bans and their rules and stuff going into place, and how they're going to be implementing them is going to be interesting, but we just wanted to let you guys know that right up front, that we support them, and we're very anti-white supremacists and hatred, and also pretty anti-Trump here. So
yeah, so if you don't want to continue to watch our podcast, or you want to just turn it off now, it's fine. Don't want to buy any of Mary's amazing yarn, then that's
sad for you.
Sad for you, but also completely fine. So just wanted to put that out there.
Yes.
But the first question that we wanted to tackle, or that I wanted to tackle, was a demonstration question, and it's about crochet that Mary is not as familiar with. So I'm going to demonstrate for you how I make a double thick. So I make pot holders. And I wish I had brought one with me to show you what they look like, but they are basically double thick. And so as you are crocheting, you get basically like a double thickness going. And I do it in cotton, 100% cotton, usually like the cream, what is it, Sugar and Cream?
Yeah.
Brand.
Knit Picks has a cotton yarn too that's good for that.
Yeah, and so then it's really great, and it holds the heat from your oven really well. It takes a long time to knit or crochet, but it's worth it to me. I found it in a retro magazine one time and have stuck with it. So I'm going to show you on thicker yarn, on some big worsted weight that I have, and on a bigger hook than I usually use. But yes. I'm going to get...
Demonstration time!
I'm going to get behind the camera here and see if this actually works.
You can do it.
And Mary is going to direct me.
Yes, but I'm also not going to be on film for this.
You're not.
Crochet is a magical mystery that I know nothing about.
So can you see my hands, Mary?
Yep.
Direct me. Okay. So normally what I have is I've got the tail here, and I put my yarn around my finger and around my pinky and around my finger this way. And the way that I start is I go with the hook onto the yarn and I loop it around, and then I bring it through. And that gives me my first, that first slip knot. And so then for the, I'm going down.
You're sinking.
So for the first thing that I start out with is doing a chain. So you would yarn over and bring that through, yarn over and bring it through. However long of a chain you make, that is how wide your pot holder will be. Okay. So I'm just going to show you a few stitches just so that I can show you the actual stitch. But what I do now, so pretend I have it the exact width that I want to have my pot holder.
You can make a baby pot holder for our sample here.
Yeah. And so then I skip the first loop here. I would skip that and I would go into the second one. So do you see that there are two? Mary, can you see that there are two loops here? 1, 2?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Okay. So what I try to do, so there are actually 3 strands in each of those loops. I don't know if you can actually even see that, but I take my hook and I go through to where I'm going to have 2 of those strands up on the top of my hook and 1 strand on the bottom. And so then I yarn over and I bring that through, and then I single crochet through those 2 loops. Okay. And so then I go to this next one. So here's the next loop. So there's 1, 2, 3 strands. I go between the second and the third strand there. Yarn over and bring that through as a single crochet. So I would continue to do that. And this is actually the hardest, part of the hardest parts of it. Are you still able to see, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just adjust you slightly.
Oh, okay.
If if you can still see what you're doing.
I can.
Okay.
So going in. Are you able to see the 3 strands, Mary?
I'm at an angle, so.
So here are the 3 strands I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3. So I go into between the 2nd and the 3rd strands here. Yarn over. Starting to get a shaky voice because my shoulders are starting to feel the burn. Let's see. So here's the next one. Go in there. Thanks, Mary.
We'll work on lifting next.
Yeah. And we're doing some running, but we haven't been doing much in the way of lifting. So
Running is a good start.
it is. And I'm going to put my hands down for just a moment so I can fix this.
Okay, she's fixing stuff, so I'll talk about adventures. I have some adventures. I think my dog had her surgery before the last time, or it might have been after, but she ate something really terrible and had to have surgery, and she was miserable for a while, but now she's good, and she runs around and jumps on the couch and eats everything again, just like before, except now she gets sick faster, so it comes out faster. And now we've learned we can't just let her go to the backyard by herself on the lead, because she will eat all the weeds and then she'll throw them up when she gets back inside. So that was super fun. But yeah, okay. Back to crochet.
So, back to crochet. So I've actually went ahead and I finished up the row. So I've got my single crochet all the way across, and I haven't done, typically you would do a chain 1 and then turn. So you would still do that, but then you would grab, so there's when you turn it, this is the single crochet, but on the top there is the V. So you have that front loop and the back loop. And if you grab the back loop, okay, of that, this is the top of those stitches, and then you grab that one remaining strand from the row before, you would go under both of those, yarn over, bring that through, and single crochet that. Okay, so again, typically this is the front of your work as you're getting ready to crochet, but you look at the top, you find the V. Okay, so we've already gone into this one. You would go to the next one, get that back loop, just the one strand, and then the one that you left behind on the previous row. Yarn over, bring that through, and single crochet. So you would continue to do that all the way across.
This is a very exciting podcast.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, I'm going to finish it up really quick. Yeah, if you want.
All right, I have one more adventure while she finishes that, and that is that we had this really nice sunny day on Sunday, and then all of a sudden it started to wind and rain really hard, and our yard is now filled with branches, and our power went out. And I'm not a fan of hot. I like air conditioning all the time. I like cold weather. So it was very warm for quite some time. First they said our power would be back on at midnight, and then they said 6 p.m. the next day, and then they said 9:30. But yeah, they did get it fixed, and that was great. And now we have air conditioning again, which is lovely.
That is lovely.
Just really lovely.
Okay, I just wanted to show also that once you get to that very last stitch, that it's kind of hard to tell whether you go in that last little loop or where you go, but you'll see that those V's have started to open up. So the one that I went into most recently was this one. That was the back loop. This is now the front loop of that previous row, that one that we just did. And on that last stitch, we'll go through this, that was the last loop and the last loop of the row prior. That might be a little bit confusing. If you have questions about that, I can do another video. But that would be your last stitch. You don't go into this last one here. You just leave that one there. So you would yarn over, turn your work, okay? On the top of that, now we've got more V's, okay? But we would go into the back loop. And then this is that front loop that we avoided on the row before. So you would get the back loop of the current row and then the front loop of the row prior. Yarn over and bring that through, and then finish up your single crochet. So as you do that, thank you, Mary. As you continue to do that, this is what makes that double thickness. So I will continue to do this actually because my arms are absolutely killing me right now.
We'll do it over here and tell us about your adventures.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Because I'm out of adventures.
Oh, you're out of
Other than
adventures?
that, it's a lot of like TV and knitting.
Sure. Sure. So what I have been doing actually recently is teaching my youngest son how to ride his bike. We bought him a really nice bike last year. And, you know, we told him, you're going to have to ride this bike without training wheels. And of course, as kids do, they're like, oh yeah, of course, yes. I'll of course do that. Whatever it is.
He's got it.
In the moment. Yeah. But he definitely didn't want to continue trying. Last year as we were trying to get him to ride it, but we also had the seat at the height that it should be and not necessarily low enough to where he could gain some confidence. So I lowered the seat this year. And he's totally got it. He has taken off. It took him like an afternoon. So that's my most recent adventure. Okay, guys, I have finished up this row. So if you look at it from the side, I don't know if you can tell from the side how thick that is, but it starts to create a double thickness. So you can see that there is this thickness in the front and that thickness in the back. So you would continue, and I don't know if you can tell very well here, you would continue to get this back loop of the current row and then the front loop of the row prior. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Mary. She's illuminating the
I have a flashlight.
Here. That works. Yeah. So that top loop there from the current row and then the front loop of the prior row. So like if we were to start this row here, we would go into the top loop, or I'm sorry, the back loop of this current row, if we can get it in there, okay, and then the front loop of the row prior. And you would just continue to work that way. So it'll leave the front loop of this row, and you'll have the V's on the top of this row once it gets completed. So poor lighting, but this illuminated it a little bit. So if you need me to make a separate video, I can do that, Erin,
We'll probably do that.
or anyone else. Yep, and I'm happy to do that if it wasn't clear enough, or if you have other questions about it, then those are welcome. We love questions. The other thing that I wanted to discuss is that this is actually the size of a needle, or not needle, but hook that I typically would use.
What size is it?
It is a size D, and I might go with one that's a little bit bigger than that. But typically, a smaller hook is what I use. I don't use a big hook like that. I was just using that for demonstration purposes. So, there's that. So yeah. What other adventures?
I don't know, did we talk about running enough? We were running 2 to 3 times a week. We're trying for 3, but sometimes, you know, life happens.
Right.
And we only get 2 in. But
Yeah, but we're running.
yes.
That was our goal when we first started this out, and we're doing it. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And aside from the fact that I don't like heat, it's good.
Mary hates heat.
But she hates winter.
I do hate winter.
If
So
we just team up and she makes, you know, she gets me to stay running when it's hot out, I can get her to keep running when it gets chilly out. We'll be okay.
we make a good team that way. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Next question.
Next question is...
Sarah wants to know what our favorite summer footwear is. So we both brought samples.
Yep.
Because I wear these, I don't know what brand they are or anything. Chaco.
Yep.
And I wear them all the time, so you get to look at my dirty shoes all summer long.
I've got some dirty
Sandals.
shoes too. Now these are an off-brand, but I love Birkenstocks. I think they hold up really, really well. I've had them before, but I wore them to the pool, and that was a bad idea. Don't do that. They're leather and cork.
Ooh, yeah.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. Ruined them. But they're my absolute favorite. I got a different pair this year, and I wear the heck out of those. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. FOs first.
Sure.
I have a crap ton of FOs.
FOs meaning finished objects, and she does. She's got an unbelievable amount of finished objects. I don't understand how this machine even works.
I don't have my sock blockers, but these are the Desert Vista socks I made this month. They're in her. Look, there's my hair. It's still attached. They're her Mary Poppins colorway.
I love that.
And I haven't picked out my new colorway even yet for this month, so I don't have that going yet. And here we go. I have this cowl. This is made with my upside down birthday cake chart. I don't know if you could see it, but there's little birthday cakes on it.
I love it.
And this one is in my King of the Monsters colorway. Here.
You want me to wear this? All right.
You can demonstrate for me.
Demonstrating.
Okay. Then this one is...
Do I double it up?
That is my double one.
Yep.
This one is made in the Mother Forking Shirt Balls colorway.
Because that's just an amazing name.
And it's Welcome to the Hellmouth. So we'll take turns.
All right.
Okay, this one is my sister's The Slayer pattern. Just a heart. Big heart. And this is in my Under the Sea. Here,
Oh,
it's your turn.
Do I need another?
I got so many.
Oh.
I've got so many.
All right.
All right, this one is my I'll Only Make Me Waffles chart. And it's in the Coffee at Luke's colorway.
Oh, are we putting multiple on?
I have
didn't
so
layer it.
many. I have so many. Okay, this one is in my I've got finesse coming out of my bottom chart. And
I love
it's
that chart.
it's in
That's the one I'm working on with my shawl.
Yes. This one is in the shoot. This something hand I can't remember. It's a Buffy quote. Something about the stompy foot that is me. I can't remember right now. Okay, here this one is in the It Must Be Bunnies, because I don't know if you can see, but it just makes little bunny heads and ears. So, and this one is in the Sea Witch. Okay. Then we have mitts. These are finished, but they are not ends woven in. These are again in the It Must Be Bunnies, and they're just on a mystery horse of a different color.
I like this size the best, Mary, because it just like
I know, that's my favorite size.
yeah.
too.
I mean, like you can if you put your hair in it, it just like really keeps its shape. And in the wintertime, not right now, but in the wintertime that'll be so cozy and warm. Yes.
All right, this one. I have so many to go.
You do.
Okay, this one is the Man of Leisure chart, which is hard to see on this colorway. But this is these are not the hammer colorway. And then my last pair of mitts are these. They're in my Yellow-Eyed Demon colorway. And it's the same I'll Only Make Me Waffles chart. So, oh, and and I finished this one I was working on last time. It's not blocked yet, but it was that same My Sister's the Slayer chart on the edged shawl. So someday I'll block that. And I did block this one, which I hadn't blocked last time. And it was finished last time, but it wasn't blocked.
Yeah, and you can see how much it like really stretches out by blocking, and you can really see the pattern. I think that's just really beautiful. Now this is the that pattern or the
This is this same one, the finesse.
the finesse.
Finesse
Yeah.
coming out of my bottom.
That's
I'm
the
too warm to
pattern.
wear it right now, but
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so that's everything I've knitted.
Love it. She's a machine. I don't understand in a month how she has knitted all of those things, but
Well, there was
She's
also
gotten them.
like a lot of time waiting in at the vet for Simi and
This is true.
whatever.
It's impressive. I'm just saying, it's impressive.
Okay, so works in progress. That was all my FOs. What you got?
Yep. Oh, I got the work in progress.
Oh, here, give me that
which-
stack of.
Oh, here, a stack of stuff.
I'll stack them over here.
Yeah. So I really just have the one work in progress that I've still been working on, and it is the shawl, one of the shawls that of Mary's yarns, and then also the pattern. So we're gonna come over this way a little bit, but I'm really liking how that's turning out. That's the center. It's the center panel. So it's gonna start just getting wider and wider along the sides, and that center panel will just be the same size throughout the whole shawl. It will be pretty.
Oh, I have a work in progress too somewhere, don't I? Yes. I'm making a center panel shawl.
Oh.
This is just the basic center panel shawl. And it's all lumpy because I'm making it out of a sock blank, so
Okay.
it was one of my fade to black sock blanks, but I screwed up on the dye and some of my black got up top, so I'm knitting that instead of selling it.
There you go. And are you doing a chart in the middle, or are you?
No, this is just the
doing it
basic because
Okay.
I needed a sample of it in a larger needle size.
Gotcha.
My other sample's on size 4, so I'm using 6s this time.
That's what I've got on mine as well, a size 6.
I like the way that
Needles.
looks with the charts better.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kind of makes it like I don't know, it opens it up a bit.
yeah, it just makes it bigger. I like it.
Yeah.
But size 4 I liked better with just the stockinette, so that's why the basic pattern was written with 4.
Gotcha.
Anyways. Okay, questions.
Couple more questions.
Yes, we have 2 questions that go together.
Yeah.
We have what's your favorite thing to knit in hot weather, and do the seasons make any difference in what items you knit? So, really, I just like to knit smaller things when it's hot out because I don't like to be hot, so I don't want a big blanket or
For sure.
something on top of me. So I'm all on the socks, and the fingering weight shawls are good and little things.
I did a lot of washcloths for a while, and so I think that I kind of went with those in the summertime. They're a small project, and again, not hot. So
Plus, you could just wipe that sweat off.
Yep. Yeah, you could.
Your project will be fine.
Yes. So
Sweat
that's what I like to.
adds character.
That's what I like to knit in the heat, and then as far as weather and that, affecting what I choose to knit, I think that definitely as it starts to get a little cooler out, I start to do hats and scarves and things like that. I don't do many scarves, but I do hats quite a bit, and
Yeah, I like to do blankets
and blankets
when it's warmer because then it can cover you while you work.
Yeah, so I think that's the only effect it has on what I choose.
All right, that's it for questions this time.
Yep.
So send us more questions. We need more questions,
Please.
And now let's see. All right, so for our super fight for last time, we had 2 people vote. 2
people.
So you guys have
So
a
it was a
50% chance of winning.
Yep. And she actually has an app where she does
Yes, number generator.
number generator. So this wasn't anything that we were just
But you have to email us or something and tell us which one of these you want.
which pouch.
Just little notions pouches.
And who was it that won?
Well, I'm gonna do it now.
Oh, you're gonna
So
do
we
it
have
right
2.
now.
We have 2 people, and I'm gonna push randomize. And it's gonna
Randomize.
totally randomly pick a number.
It is randomly picking it.
I picked 0, so that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
1.
There you go.
Number 1.
Number 1.
So 1 is EMBERCOPPER, who voted that Loki would win in that super fight, which I can get behind since that was my card. So
And the only other vote that happened was the vote for my character.
it was a tie, but
So it
obviously
was
the
a
random
tie.
number generator wanted me to win.
I'm just saying, it was a tie this time. Just saying.
Okay, so just email us, and we need to know which one you want and where I can mail it out to, and I can get it mailed out to you. And
Congrats. And thanks for participating.
yes. Oh yeah, and we'll do another super fight real quick for next time. If I can get the lid off.
Yeah, we're going to do another drawing.
Because we can.
See who our characters are.
I'm gonna go on this side now. 3.
You got your 3? And then we do 3 of this one, and then the
3
one
and 3,
random.
and then we'll random.
Oh, we'll do the random in a minute.
Well, let's do this first.
Okay.
Let's choose first.
Okay. Don't mind if I do.
Do you pick for fun, or do you pick for my actually win in a fight? That is tough.
I don't know. That is a tough.
I'm going for
Tough
fun, because
call.
that's just more fun. And then... sad.
Sad. You got a sad pick. I need
Sort of.
an extra. I
Yes.
need an extra random
Or I'll let you select your own random.
card. Here we are.
Okay. What do you got?
Oh man. Okay. Well,
The random sometimes
yeah.
is not that exciting.
not that exciting. So what I have is a Minotaur, and I am armed with a sword that's twice my height. But I also took an arrow in the knee.
Ooh,
I
hard to
know.
move around like that.
It is hard to move around like that. So that was my random that I just picked up.
I'm the
Boo.
devil. Armed with a freeze ray. And I have super speed, but I can only move when my opponent blinks. So.
Well,
But you're probably squinting and blinking a lot with that arrow in your knee. So.
probably not. I'm probably so big and vicious
I am
that I
the
will not
devil.
even feel it. I won't even feel it.
I'm the devil. And not the
Yeah.
devil from Supernatural either. Because he's dead.
Because he is dead. No.
Spoiler,
So
but
I
he's
think,
dead.
I think my Minotaur would win. But you tell us.
Yeah, that's right. Who do you think would win?
Who do you
Because
think will win?
we will have another notions pouch for whoever wins in that vote. We'll have it up on Ravelry, but also last time everybody just voted on YouTube. So wherever you want to do that is cool.
Yep.
And oh, I forgot something.
Oh yeah.
In Adventures, my cousin wrote a book. So if
Is yours-
anybody,
Your cousin's awesome.
yes, because she's awesome. So if anybody wants to read a book about a murder at the sanctuary, Death at the Sanctuary, Linda Robinson. I just have to promote because my cousin and she's cool. Also, it was good. I've already read it, and now I'm trying to decide what to do with it because I have to spread it around to the rest of the world somehow.
Ah.
You know, because cousin.
Because you gotta spread that.
Okay, so all that's left is shop update.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about my yarn now. So if you don't care about that, you know, you can just go away now and
Look away.
come back later. Okay, yarn.
Yarn.
So first, speaking of freeze ray, I got Terrible Death Winnie. It's like a brown, black.
Nice. Everybody needs a solid brown, black. Sometimes.
I like it, but I like a lot of things.
I like
Alright.
it too.
This one is the Mummy's Twist. It's in black and gray and yellow. Well, a gold yellow.
Do you need some extra light for your
I
projects
don't know.
now? No.
Ah, there's pictures on the website.
Yes, this is true. Better
If they care
pictures.
that much, they can
Yes.
look at the pictures on the website with like the good lighting.
Yes. We have
This
some
one,
evening time lighting at the moment.
yeah, it's a little late. We got
Yeah.
stuff going on. We're
That's right.
busy.
That's right.
All right, this one is Coffee and Contemplation. So it's just gold and some dark brown speckled all over.
It's orangey too.
It's-
There's some speckles of orange in
It's because
there.
it's not like
I
broken
love
down.
that.
That's the dye that turns into the gold when you
I
mix it
love
with
that
water.
though. Like I think it just gives it like that spark of just a pop of color. I love it.
Okay, then we have, let's go to this one, is Sunflowers. Because I grew up in Kansas. And also my grandpa always had sunflowers in his garden, and he had huge ones. They were taller than my grandparents, and there's pictures of him like climbing a ladder next to them, and it's cool.
Nice. That's
So
awesome.
anyways, that's got some dark yellow, gold, and brown and green
Pretty.
twisted. Okay, then we have Chilling Adventures, because I really love the new Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It's just black and red and yellow. Okay, now I have 4, I think, on my website right now that are donation skeins, which means that if you buy those skeins, I'll donate. All the semi-solids are $1 because they're going to be in the shop forever. but there's also a link on each one if you want to read about who I'm donating to. There's a link, and there's also a link if you want to donate just yourself straight, donate to them. So you can do that, or you can just use it as an excuse to buy yarn, and I can donate $1 for the semi-solids. So the semi-solids are always in my shop, so year-round you can buy those, and I'll donate to them. So one of those that's already up is Persistent Pink, and that donates to Planned Parenthood. And then there is the O for Pet's Sake that it donates to the Monroe County Humane Association. So here's the new ones, okay? So this one is called Just Want to Have Fundamental Human Rights.
Nice.
And it's very fluorescent, pinky purple.
Nice.
And that one donates to the National Center for Trans Equality.
Great.
And then this one, the ones that only come up, you know, once a year when their month comes up, I'm going to donate $5 per skein since they're up less often.
Okay.
So the one that I already have in the shop on that is going to come up in like May or June of next year. I'll have to double check that. But that one is another one that donates to Monroe County Humane Association because I like puppies. And then this one is called New Revolution. And it's got red, white, and blue, but it's also splattered all over with orange and neon green and some of the bright purple and a little bit of black thrown in there.
Nice.
And this one I'll donate to the ACLU for $5 for every skein.
Awesome.
So,
Wonderful.
and I guess I can show you one other thing because it's all dyed, but it's not up in the shop right now.
Do it.
It's not going to come up until next month.
Yes.
So if you want to see ahead,
They look so great.
working on mini skein sets. So I've got some half skein sets and some mini skeins. And they are toxic mutant colorways. So the mutant skeins have Tainted Moonshine is yellow. And that's how you get redneck zombies. Toxic Waste in the Sewers is the like fluorescent green, and that is how you get Chud. I don't know if anybody's seen Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. And then the blue is Water Pollution. That's how you get Giant Squid. And then we've also got the purple. It's Plague Rat Monkeys. And that's how you get the lumpy zombies from Dead Alive. And then for giant ants, orange is Atomic Testing.
Nice.
From the movie Them. And they're all splattered with a really dark purple and a dark gray throughout them. So that's what the dark spots are. I don't know how well they picture.
Yeah, they're showing up pretty good, actually. Pretty well.
Well, good.
Yeah.
So those will be up next month. And I'm going to make more, but those are the only ones that are all, like, made and packaged.
Yeah, they look so professional.
I'm trying to get ready for the McVention, so
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Heck yeah.
That's all I have right now.
Okay.
So send us questions. We need questions.
Vote on who you think will win.
Yes.
All right.
And, oh, yes, and send us your info if you want that.
The pouch.
The pouch for the win. Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.